All right, everyone, welcome back to Forex Market Mondays. In the pursuit to put out a video every day and to split up that big long video I was doing at the end of every week into little tiny ones, we're doing different videos every day where we're talking about quantitative wisdom or technical patterns or right? Whatever I come up with that day. Today and every Monday, we're going to talk about Forex because part of my Forex process is just looking at the charts at the beginning of every week, seeing where everything's at, setting a bunch of alerts to trade if the trades take place, and then walking away when the alerts get hit. If I like the setup, I will take the trade, put out a stop loss profit target, and walk away. So without further ado, let's pop into it here. Again, more information always over at satsattrading.com, but let's start by just taking a look at the alerts that I set for last week, and I'm just going to keep doing these trades in TradingView as well, so I can show them without risking showing anything across my broker. So the we were looking at Aussie dollar up against this major anchor VWAP from this major low. Also some good resistance from before at this zone, right? We look at these levels right here. It's just up into a very, very big level. So I took a short, right? This is again, the real short that I took with my broker, even though this is the paper trading of the trading view. I took that one as well. That's working out so far. I'm certainly not going to lose money on this trade anymore. If it turns around reverse, I'll get it with some small profit. I'm hoping to get down here, which is like 3 to 1 my risk reward. The other one that I was looking for is I was looking for silver to break above this zone and stay there. It triggered. I didn't end up taking the trade because it just reversed immediately after and started to push lower. So no trade there for silver and no trade from that as well. Now, there was a couple other ones. I had some Bitcoin and things like that out. Never ended up taking those as well because they never triggered, but we'll get started here with Bitcoin as always. I'm watching this. If you go to the weekly chart, I have this drawn out. Very basic, uh, we call it cup and handle style pattern. So I'm still interested in that, but I need to see it up at this, 6,000. Again, I mentioned this on every video because if I'm in something and I want to talk about it, I feel obligated to tell you guys. So I am in Bitcoin, and I'm in Bitcoin from somewhere around here, small position. I want to add on a breakout, but I'm not doing anything until we get that breakout. Been trying to predict Bitcoin a little bit too much recently. Just hasn't been working out for me. I got to wait here. Ethereum and the other altcoins still doing very, very bad. Solana, however, I'm going to put an alert here as well because Solana is looking strong like Bitcoin. So I'm not interested in Ethereum, interested in Solana, interested in Bitcoin, and the other alts look bad as well. So I think it's a Bitcoin and Solana type market if you're a trend trader when it comes to this kind of stuff. Now, getting started here with gold. Gold, nice looking bull flag here. So I'm actually going to put an alert. If we start to break out of that bull flag, that's where I want to get triggered on gold. This thing's just been absolute monster since a full disclosure. I always have to say I own some gold from way, way, way back here that I'm just kind of keeping and trying to trade around that core position. I don't know when I'm going to get out, but uh, at some point the market's going to give me some sort of information, right? I had my stop is currently up here now, and I'm looking always for places to trail a stop, but I need to see some buyers come in to defend an area to put a stop below. Now, silver, on the other hand, looks like we were looking at it last week to break out. Looks like it tried to break out and it failed. So we're just going to set an alert right here to potentially take a short. If this failure is going to continue and we're going to start to push lower, then I want to take a short on silver. Uh, Look at the euro. So the euro bounced very nicely off this prior position right here, this core uh, support or resistance level that we've been watching for a very long time. Right in through here. We had 1 test, 2 test, 3 test, 4 tests. We bounced off of that. So now I'm looking to see if we come back into, where's my little drawing tool? If we come back into kind of this level, give or take, right here, that might be where I look to take a long. So I'm just going to set an alert right there. Other than that, right, there's no buying it kind of in the middle of this junk. I'll be interested if we work our way back up here. I can take a trade. If we come back down here to test this area and we look strong there, I can also look to take a trade. Aussie CAD, right, pulled back to the downside, this trend line that I have drawn, and also a prior area. right here. So if this thing bounce, I'm going to take a look at Aussie CAD. And then last, I want to look at the yen pairs. So the yen pairs came up to this prior resistance right here and then sold off. And everybody seems to be, let me actually see here. This is a data source. Let's see if this loads that I use sometimes, in which it's showing me commitment of traders data. So no, that's not loading right now. That's okay. Uh, Basically, everybody, I do this kind of off screen, but maybe next week I'll do this more on screen. Um, every weekend there's commitment of data. Actually, I should just do caught data bar chart yen. It's doing it live, as they say. So each week there's this commitment of traders report comes out. And this commitment of traders essentially shows us where the, let's go into a daily chart here, where the buyers, where the sellers are in any different securities. Right? You have to do this in the futures contract, but it'll be the same obviously with Forex. The what this tells us is this tells us where these people exist, right? So red line is dealers, and then the blue line, sorry, purple line is small speculators, green line is large speculators. So we're seeing that large speculators are starting to short the yen again. Buy the yen down here as it dips, and the commercial traders are shorting the yen over and over and over again. And you want to generally stick against the large speculators. They on average lose money, and with the commercials, because they're usually hedging something. They have some, it's commercial hedger would be, I have a business, that business transacts in yen, so I'm going to take positions based off what I think the yen's going to do, because I need to make sure that I'm covering that transaction in yen. So long story short, they're trying to buy this chart, and that's a little teaser for something I'll show you guys in a minute. They're trying to buy that chart. So they're trying to buy this chart right here, and that's just because they're trying to short this chart, which is just the inverse of what we're seeing here. So they're looking to buy this, right? So we've hit this resistance one, we hit it twice. So there's two ways that I'm looking to play this. One is if we pull back, I'll probably choose kind of this area for a pullback. Or if we end up breaking out of this zone right here for the yen, because we're starting to get pretty heavy on that other side of where people are. And we have this massive drop that's occurred, but now we have everybody and their dog betting that this is going to continue down, right? Um, and that's just not really, I don't want to be on with those guys, right? That they're long this chart, which means they're short this chart. Generally, those people are wrong, right? We bounced off support here. I know the Bank of Japan is trying to defend this price for their rate, but they probably won't get involved again unless we get all the way back up there. So there might be a little interim trade to be made there using that commitments of traders data. So that's what I'm watching for this week. So I have those alerts queued up and ready to go. And the beauty of being a systematic trader is I'm done. Right? My phone and my wrist and everything will alert if something occurs, and I'll load up the charts, take a look, take a trade. Other than that, not doing anything, right? Wanted to show you guys quickly. Where is this? Right here. So this is what I'm working on to be even more systematic about my trading. Now, this is a very long-term backtest going back to the year 2000 until now. So 24 years of backtest on this. And this is just the equity curve of a Forex trading system that I'm putting together using multiple systems. Something I'm definitely going to take a look to refine and to build out. When it's done, I have no ETA on this yet because I don't know even if this will turn into something. I need to be able to smooth out the equity curves without curve fitting. That will give me just suggested levels on the end of every week. I'm going to try that with you guys next week, where I'm just going to run this report. It's going to tell me where I'm going to want to watch these currencies at. I'm going to put out those levels and then go from there. You can see recently in this part of the chart, it's done very, very well, but there's been some wild times that I have to figure out ways around, right? You don't want to be against this thing for 4 or 5 years and have that kind of a drawdown. That's not an acceptable drawdown to me. So it's working well now. I'm forward testing it myself in my own account, but I'll start sharing this information with you guys. Eventually, it will go into Stats Edge Pro with all of the other algorithms we do there. So if you're interested in being more systematic about your trading, definitely check out statsedgetrading.com. Thanks for tuning in to Forex Market Mondays, and I'll see you guys soon.